But something's wrong now, Mr. Trudeau. My heat and hydro now cost me more than my mortgage. I now not only work 75 hours a week, I stay and work 15 hours a day just so I don't lose my home. My hydro bill, I want to share with you. A single family home, one person who works hard with a brace up to her leg, partially paralyzed every single day. I put that brace on and I'm proud to be Canadian, but something's wrong with our system. And I have faith in you and God that you're going to work hard to fix it. How do you explain to a woman how she is supposed to pay a hydro bill $1,085? And I did it. I've done it. I've done it for the last year. I lived without hydro for 5 days after paying a $680 bill. They showed up one day. I came home from work in the hottest day of our last summer to go 5 days in the heat. I have epilepsy, a disability. I called and I begged our hydro company. They wouldn't do nothing. 5 days I lived in that heat. I'm asking you, Mr. Trudeau, and here is my question today. How do you justify to a mother of 4 children, 3 grandchildren, physical disabilities, and working up to 15 hours a day, how is it justified for you to ask me to pay a carbon tax when I only have $65 left of my paycheck every 2 weeks to feed my family? I'm asking you to fix our hydro system. I'm asking you to fix Canada. I'm asking you, Mr. Trudeau, I know we need HST. I know we need taxes to fix roads. I know we are a country that welcomes people from everywhere. Am putting my faith in God and you that you're going to make our country a place that we can prosper again, that I don't have to wake up tomorrow and worry whether I'm thriving or I'm surviving. I don't have to go to work and eat instant oatmeal for lunch and live off Campbell's soup. I make almost $50,000 a year, Mr. Trudeau, and I'm living in energy poverty. Please tell me, how are you going to fix that for me and all of us in rural Ontario?
First off, on behalf of everyone here, let me say thank you, not just for everything you do, but for sharing that extraordinary story with us. Your strength, your determination is an inspiration and example to us all. We are a country in which anyone with a quarter of your strength, of your drive, should be thriving and focused on how are you going to spoil your grandchildren with all your energy, as opposed to how are you going to get through the week or the day. A lot of different elements come into your question. A number of them are provincial. Hydro bills are provincial, but as you point out, the federal government's decision to put a price on carbon is something that we have moved forward with, and it's one that is causing consternation amongst a broad range of people, and I understand, because carbon and carbon emissions and carbon is part of everything we do, whether it's heating our homes or getting back and forth from work, or in the products we buy.
How do you justify a person who's barely surviving having to pay for infrastructure for public transit in Toronto who lives in the country?
Yeah, I entirely agree.
Making money to provide for rebates for people to buy $150,000 electric cars when most of us can even afford a $20,000 car.
Indeed, indeed. We need to realize that we are in a time of transition right now. That the world is moving off of fossil fuels, and that's a good thing, and it's an important thing, because, quite frankly, the extreme weather events that are coming are going to be incredibly expensive, and not just for our communities, but for our agriculture, for people in the north, people right across the country. We are facing a challenge where we have to change behaviors, and it is important that those changes happen in a way that doesn't penalize our our most vulnerable, that doesn't make it more difficult for families who are already stretched thin to succeed. And that's one of the reasons why what we're doing with the putting a price on carbon is we are leaving it up to the provinces to determine whether a carbon tax or a levy or a cap and trade system is right for them. And on the other hand, we are not taking any money outside of the jurisdictions that pay those carbon taxes. So it will be up to the government of Ontario to ensure that you are not penalized, that folks like you don't. We haven't brought in any carbon tax yet, ma'am. It doesn't start kicking in for another few years, okay? But I understand your concerns. And what is so important is that in this time of transition, we do not penalize people who are already stretched to, and in some cases, beyond the breaking limit in terms of their finances. And that's why being smart about how we reallocate those funds is essential, and that's what we're leaving it in the hands of the provinces to do, and I'm trusting they will do that responsibly and not penalize you further and challenge you on that. But we need to get off fossil fuels. We need to make this transition. We need to start protecting our lakes, waters, rivers, streams, our lands, our children's future. And that means we are going to have to go through a shift period.